For us, IVF seemed to be the only option and the last resort.
Okay.
As you know, it's a pretty difficult process. It's very, very expensive. And ultimately, the most difficult part was every time going to the doctor for another transfer and hoping that it would result in a positive pregnancy test, and then being heartbroken over and over every time that test came back negative.
Wow.
While it didn't work for us, it's worked for a lot of families. And I just know that there are women and couples in this crowd, or those who are watching here tonight, who may be going through this same struggle and are concerned about being able to have this option, either because they might not be able to afford it, or they're concerned that it just may not be available.
So here is the total estimated cost of all that combined. Total cost to the consumer for one cycle. Remember, you could do more than one cycle. It is $15,000 to $30,000 per cycle. Total cost for the company for one cycle, $9,000 to $18,000. So if you look at the delta between those two digits, whether you do the $15,000 to $9,000, $30,000 to $18,000, there's a 60% profit margin there for the pharmaceutical companies. Candidate to be able to talk about this because she went through IVF treatments, as we just heard, and she communicated that it is extremely expensive, and a lot of families go into debt just to pay for the treatments in hopes to getting that blessing of a child. What this is, the cost of this, because yes, I think Donald Trump has great policies, but I never agree 100% with a candidate. And this one, although I'm open to discussing what this may look like, the entire context of it, from language to finances, and how it's not going to potentially increase the cost of healthcare for these very consumers, right? So basically kind of passing the buck from, yeah, you may not be getting debt, whether it be credit cards or mortgages on your house, whatever you may be doing to leverage to pay for the treatment, but you're trading that cost over to the inflated cost of the healthcare potentially. And I'm all for IVF treatments, guys. But my question is, you're mandating the insurance companies to cover it. So there's the heavy hand of the government coming down upon really publicly traded companies, right? Private companies, but they're publicly traded companies, to pay for IVF treatments. And I just said, man, that sounds a bit socialist-like, right? When it comes to the heavy hand of government coming down upon companies by mandating them to do this.
We on now. They respect us cause we on now.